This is me playing against Lim with my Zoro deck. Lim is you play your characters out rested and activate main once per turn. You may rest 3 of your Dawn cards, and then you can add up to 1 card from your Dawn deck and rest it, and then play 1 Odyssey type character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. So for this game, I won the die roll and I went first. And he played out a Lim that is able to restand a Odyssey character. On my second turn, I play out Mihawk into Zoro, which then restands to Dawn, and I swing into his life for 7k. He does take that first life, and then I pass turn. He swings for 5. I took the life because I am looking for Tashigi or Cavendish. No luck on this first life. And then he rests 3 Dawn, plays out a blocker, Dofi, and then restands it. This turn I am at, I want to say 5 Dawn. So I can either play out a blocker or play a searcher. I'm thinking here that I want to swing at least with 5k. That way I can get a counter out of his hand, or he rests his blocker. He does give me 1 card, so there's 1 card out of his hand, and then I swing 8 to lead. So he can use his blocker, counter out, or take a life. Either way, I get cards out of his hand. I can restand my leader if he does block, or I get a life. So he does counter out with 9k. Then I rest 2 Dawn to play my Koshiro blocker and restand Zoro because it is the end of my turn. So I know that he most likely will swing with Doflamingo because that card is able to restand. And I have to think about what cards that he may play out. There is a Mihawk where if there's 2 rested Dawn, he can restand a rested character. So he would have to swing with Doflamingo first if he was going to do that. So he swings 5k to lead. I took another life. Was looking for that card, so I'm glad I got Cavendish on this turn. And then he swings 6k to lead. I block. And then he rests 3 Dawn, ramps 1, plays out that Mihawk I was just talking about, and swings again for another 6. Then with that Lim on the board, he's able to restand the Doflamingo. So he has a blocker, 2 cards in hand, and 3 life. At this time, I am thinking it is the best time to play Law, which for 6 Dawn, he can return a card and play out a card rested, 5k or less. I swung with Zoro again, just like I said, to either get a counter or rest his blocker. There's that Law. I get Mihawk back, which is also a 2k counter that I can use for later. And then I played Cavendish to restand 2 Dawn. That way I'm at 3 Dawn and I can attach it to my leader and swing to life. So now he doesn't have a blocker anymore because I swung at his Doflamingo. He has 2 life and 1 big body on board that he can swing with. So at this point, I have 3 2Ks and 3 1K counters in hand, and then I have that Law. He swings at the Cavendish. I let him take that, and then he plays at Mihawk again and swings at my life. I take the counter because I am looking for Tashigi. So I got that Kuina, which can also rest a character and add 3 Dawn. So I may use that later. Now I can either play Law into Tashigi and then take back Zoro, or I can possibly search on this turn. I decide to swing with Zoro again, that way I can get a counter out of hand or take a life. And he does give me 1k counter. Next, I'm thinking it's a good time to play out Law, another one. That way I have 2 blockers and then I still have a good amount of counter in hand. So I decide to search, rest 2 Dawn for Hiyori, and search the top 5 looking for a slash character or a green event. I will take that restand event for later. And then now is a good point to play out Law. That way I can get back my 1k counter and then play out a Dashiki. So there's me doing that. And then able to rest his Mihawk and give 3 rested Dawn to Zoro. So now I have only 1 Dawn active, and I can keep that active in case I get a event, the Demon Sword, which gives me 3k counter. And I take his Mihawk and then swing again to life. And now I have, looks like I have 3 2Ks and 2 1K counter, 3 1K counters, 2 blockers, and then possibly 4, possibly 5, but for sure 4 attacks, even if he does kill my Tashigi. So he plays out a Limb Searcher, and he grabs that Enel, which this Enel is able to draw 3 and trash 2 cards. It's a good filter card. That way he's able to possibly get more counter in hand. So I know for sure he trashed a 1k counter, which means he most likely has a 2k that's switched out for that. At this point, he has to think about going for game, just because I have so many attackers. So I did counter out of his attack. Next he swings to life. And now it is my turn. So my odds are pretty good at this point. I do have that Demon Sword that I just top deck, which means I grabbed it off the top of my deck for my turn. I rested that active Dawn and the Limb. And I like to start off with small swings first. That way, like I said, you get counter out of hand. So there's a 5k swing, a 6k swing with Law, another 6k, and then 7k. And I got it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this video helps.